Computers are things. Nailed the intro. And one of the newest computers, or things, is the MacBook Neo. Now this computer has been all the rage. Everybody is talking about it because they're saying it's like the first reasonably priced MacBook. And to the left is the computer I've been using, and this is the Lenovo IdeaPad 5X computer. This is a Windows computer. Now, if you know me, I'm a Windows guy. But you don't know me, so I'm a Windows guy. But here's the thing, I'm not a Windows fanboy. I use a Windows computer because that's what most people use. But I don't have my heart attached to Windows, and I'm not anti-Mac. So I'm not really a fanboy of Windows or Mac. If I'm a fanboy of anything, it's Norm Macdonald, and he's not a computer. So this review is going to be pretty unbiased. So both of these computers you can get for about the same price, like the $500 to $600 range. Now, the Lenovo IdeaPad 5X premiered for about $850, $900, and it's nowhere near worth that. But it came out a couple of years ago, and now you can usually get it refurbished for about $500, which is what I did. So what are some features of these computers? Well, the Windows computer has an OLED screen, and the Mac has an LCD screen. But actually the Mac has a higher DPI, smaller text is sharper on the Mac than on the Windows computer. The Windows computer has a backlit keyboard. The Mac Neo does not. The Windows computer, this Lenovo, has a touch screen. Whoops, that wasn't a good way to demonstrate it. There's nothing there to touch. Let's open up Prime Video. There we go. See, so you can use your fingers to navigate things, to press buttons, X out of stuff. And whereas the MacBook Neo is strictly trackpad. Now let's test the video and audio of the two devices. Here is the MacBook Neo screen with its LCD display. And here is the Lenovo IdeaPad with its OLED display. And you can definitely see that the colors do pop more on the OLED. Although I do have to say that the MacBook Neo does do a nice job with its LCD. So now let's see how the audio is. I have them both about the same volume, so let's play. Here is first the MacBook Neo.
Crabs' feeding grounds are still a long way off. They must press on.
Okay, now let's try the exact same audio on the Lenovo.
But the crabs' feeding grounds are still a long way off. They must press on.
Okay, so while the Lenovo has an advantage with its OLED screen, the screen on the MacBook Neo is by no means deficient. Audio is a different story. The sound is far better on the MacBook Neo. It's clear, rich, bassy sound. I mean, the most that you can get on a small laptop. And the audio on the Lenovo IdeaPad is frankly terrible. It sounds like audio transmitted from one of the Apollo missions. It really is not very good at all. Hello there. I am testing the webcam and microphone quality on the Lenovo IdeaPad computer. Hello there. I am testing the webcam and microphone quality on the MacBook Neo. So when it comes to webcam quality, The MacBook Neo is infinitely superior to the Lenovo Windows computer. It's not even a contest. The MacBook Neo has a very good quality webcam, and the Lenovo webcam is frankly garbage. Now, the microphone quality was a little closer, still superior on the MacBook Neo, but it was serviceable on the Lenovo. Just an interesting observation using Zoom conference on Windows devices and the MacBook Neo. Now, I've used Zoom on a Windows computer with 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it was basically unusably slow. It was just a total freeze-orama. And then I used Zoom on an 8 gigabyte Windows computer, which was basically usable, but then would occasionally have stalling and hiccups, those things. Now, this MacBook Neo is 4 gigs, and using it with Zoom, smooth as butter. Because Apple is able to do more with less through a process called technology. So they're very good at optimizing their RAM usage. So I just wanted to toss that little note there. If you were wondering if this computer would be effective for using with conferencing software. And plus it does have a very good webcam and audio and microphone. So it's really perfect for that sort of thing. Now, I still enjoy using the Windows computer more for basic browsing the internet. Why? Because I love touchscreens. When I'm browsing the internet, I use a combination of trackpad to move the little cursor around, keyboard. But then, if I want to zoom in on something, it's just so handy to be able to just pinpoint exactly what I want to enlarge, do it with my fingers. You can simulate that with the trackpad by pinching in, but it's nowhere near as easy or intuitive as just touching the screen. And when you want to click a link, you can just tap a button. So that is a huge advantage for any Windows touchscreen computer over the MacBook Neo. So what's the basic conclusion to this review regarding the old guard, the Windows laptop, and the MacBook Neo? Well, you can see what the philosophies are when it comes to mid-range computers with the two devices. With the Windows computer, you have a lot of really nice things, but then some gotcha. With the MacBook Neo, it doesn't have the extra frills, but it does everything well. Like with the Windows, you say, wow, it's got great battery life and it's got a beautiful OLED screen. But then you say, man, that webcam is just awful. Oh, I didn't know the sound was going to be that bad. Now, with the MacBook Neo, yeah, it doesn't have a backlit keyboard. It doesn't have the touch OLED screen. But there's no nasty surprises. What you're hoping it will do for you, it does. Like, if this computer is not enough computer for you, you're going to know that before you buy it. So there's no nasty surprises with the MacBook Neo. So they were really onto something, and I can see why people do like it. So hopefully Windows laptops will catch up to that idea about what a mid-range should be. Now, as I've said, one thing I do like a lot more when it comes to the Windows tablet is that touchscreen. I find that invaluable. So if the MacBook Neo ever comes out with a touchscreen version and charges, say, $1 for it, why, I think it would sweep the industry. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review, and please be well.